SHY Therapeutics is a clinical stage biotech developing novel, safer, small molecule inhibitors of 𝗡𝗘𝗫𝗧 and 𝗔𝗞𝗫𝗧 targets. Today, we will review their promising pipeline, assess the product's value proposition, evaluate the company's overall market fit, and conclude with our view on potential acquirers and a risk-adjusted financial forecast. So let's get into it. 1. Pipeline and product value proposition. SHY Therapeutics has two primary technology platforms which they are leveraging to develop their pipeline of therapeutics. The first platform is a first-in-class, oral small molecule inhibitor called SHYONC6, which targets the 19S regulatory particle of the proteasome. SHYONC6 is intended to overcome limitations of currently approved 2OS core inhibitors such as bortezomib and carfilzomib, which must be administered intravenously and are associated with dose-limiting toxicities. In contrast, SHYONC6 disrupts the 𝗡𝗘𝗫𝗧-driven unfolding process within the proteasome, which is critical for tumor cell apoptosis. Preclinical studies show that SHYONC6 demonstrated broad cytotoxicity with an IC50 of sub-100 nanomolar range in over 80% of 869 PRISM tumor models. Moreover, the agent induced complete regression of xenografts including colorectal, lung, pancreatic, glioblastoma, and multiple myeloma. Importantly, SHYONC6 also showed favorable brain penetration in a mouse model, suggesting potential for central nervous system malignancies. In vivo, the compound caused no significant toxicity at doses up to 150 mg per kilogram. This profile positions SHYONC6 as a highly differentiated proteasome inhibitor with first-in-class potential. The second platform is SHY's proprietary pan-KRas inhibitor platform. To date, KRAS-targeted therapies have been limited to G1 to C-specific covalent agents like Amgen's 𝗧𝗛𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗏 or Mirati's 𝗧𝗛𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏. However, these approaches do not account for the vast majority of KRAS-driven cancers that harbor other mutations. SHY is developing a series of non-covalent pan-KRas inhibitors that bind the 𝗔𝗞𝗫 binding site directly, expanding the potential reach to over 30% of human tumors. Lead candidates have shown encouraging results with tumor regression in vivo and minimal toxicity. Notably, these molecules show promise in overcoming resistance observed in current KRAS-targeted therapies, particularly in colorectal and pancreatic cancers. In addition to these two core platforms, SHY also maintains early-stage discovery programs targeting essential 𝗡𝗘𝗫𝗧 pathways in bacteria and fungi. While these assets are not yet preclinical, they leverage the same core platform and may serve as valuable candidates for licensing or strategic collaboration in the future. 2. Market dynamics and landscape evolution. We believe SHY's success stems from a convergence of technology push and market pull. Let's examine each of these dynamics. Starting with technology push, SHY's innovation is rooted in exploiting underexploited 𝗡𝗘𝗫𝗧 biology made possible through machine learning-driven structure-activity relationships, SAR modeling, and proprietary high-throughput screening platforms. This gives SHY a distinct edge in targeting previously intractable pathways that are increasingly viable due to emerging drug design technologies. On the market pull side, oncology continues to demand safer, more effective, and orally administered treatments. Proteasome inhibitors like bortezomib and carfilzomib have proven efficacy but are largely force-based and associated with toxicity. SHYONC6 addresses these concerns with its unique mechanism and favorable profile. Similarly, the demand for more comprehensive KRAS-targeted therapies creates a strong pull for SHY's pan-KRas platform, especially given resistance concerns with current agents. This combination of technology push and market pull drives substantial patient-centric outcomes. First, SHYONC6 could improve adherence due to its oral formulation compared to legacy proteasome inhibitors. Second, its favorable safety profile may lead to fewer treatment discontinuations. And third, 𝗧𝗛𝗘𝗏𝗧𝗔𝗐 inhibitors can potentially offer durable responses by targeting all major KRAS isoforms and overcoming resistance mutations. Together, these factors position SHY's therapies as valuable options for patients, driving market acceptance and payer support. Speaking of payers, we've seen increased scrutiny of high-priced cancer drugs. However, SHY's value-based pricing tied to overall survival OS gains and reduced treatment burden aligns with value-based care principles. By demonstrating 20 to 30% improvement in OS at standard thresholds of $150,000 per quality-adjusted life year Kaylee, SHY's therapies are poised to gain payer traction even in a challenging pricing environment. Additionally, with outpatient and oral treatment benefits, SHY's products are well-positioned to resonate with health systems seeking cost savings. This comprehensive value proposition positions SHY to thrive in the current market dynamics. 3. Competitive landscape in the proteasome inhibition space. SHYONC6 competes with legacy drugs like bortezomib, Velcade, and 𝗓𝗘𝗫𝗧𝗏. However, SHY's innovation in targeting the 1,9-S subunit rather than the well-saturated 2,0-S core gives it a distinct advantage. This approach may help circumvent known resistance mechanisms while offering improved safety and delivery. Currently, 𝗓𝗘𝗫𝗧𝗏, the most recent entrant, has reached peak sales of around $700 million. We believe SHYONC6 has the potential to match or exceed this with expanded indications and oral delivery. In the KRAS inhibition field, SHY's non-covalent pan-KRas platform directly competes with Amgen's 𝗧𝗪𝗔𝗣𝗧 and Mirati, BMS's 𝗧𝗔𝗥𝗚𝗔𝗡, both focused on G1-C mutations. SHY's ability to cover multiple KRAS mutations may yield broader market penetration and longer therapeutic durability. For likely pharma acquirers, we believe there are two companies that stand out as likely acquirers of SHY Therapeutics. The first is Amgen. As the market leader in KRAS therapies with 𝗧𝗪𝗔𝗣𝗧, Amgen is well-positioned to benefit from SHY's broader pan-KRAS approach. Acquiring SHY could allow Amgen to extend its KRAS franchise beyond G1-C, enhancing its pipeline synergy and revenue diversity. Additionally, Amgen has a proven track record of commercializing complex biologics, a skill set that would be valuable for SHY as it looks to bring its lead candidates to market. The second company is Takeda. With its legacy proteasome inhibitor bortezomib, Velcade nearing the end of its life cycle, Takeda has both the strategic interest and commercial infrastructure to integrate SHYONC6 as a next-generation follow-up. SHY's oral, safer mechanism fits well into Takeda's global oncology roadmap. 5. Market access strategy. SHY is likely to pursue a multi-pronged strategy to access the market efficiently. Firstly, the company is expected to obtain orphan drug and fast-track designations for aggressive and rare cancers like glioblastoma and pancreatic adenocarcinoma, expediting reviews and providing incentives for development. Secondly, SHY is likely to license or co-develop its anti-infective pipeline to specialized pharma players, leveraging their expertise and resources. Thirdly, the company will form early strategic partnerships for SHYONC6 and pan-KRAS to accelerate clinical development and commercialization. Finally, SHY will emphasize value-based pricing tied to survival gains and reduced treatment burden, gaining payer traction even in a challenging pricing environment. In addition, the company will emphasize outpatient and oral treatment benefits to health systems seeking cost savings. 6. Financial valuation and risk-adjusted forecast. As a privately held company, SHY Therapeutics' financial valuation is not publicly available. However, based on its preclinical pipeline stage, platform potential, and IP portfolio, which includes 59 patents, we can develop a financial modeling scenario to estimate its worth. In 2025, SHY is on track to file an IND for SHYONC6 and its lead pan-KRas compound, indicating a pre-IND valuation in the range of $200 to $400 million. For context, early-phase oncology biotechs entering phase 1 with preclinical strength typically see IPO or acquisition valuations ranging from $500 million to $1.2 billion, depending on partner interest and data quality. Given SHY's platform potential, preclinical momentum, and unmet need in its target indications, we believe its valuation could reach the upper end of this range or even exceed it. 7. Catalyst timeline and 5-year outlook. Over the next 5 years, SHY Therapeutics has the potential to significantly grow its valuation. Here's a summary of key catalysts and milestones. In 2025, SHY expects to submit an IND for 𝗧𝗛𝗏𝗏 and its lead pan-KRas compound. Positive phase 1 data and clinical proof of concept are anticipated in 2026. This could attract strategic pharma partners, leading to potential licensing deals or an acquisition by a company like Amgen or Takeda. If SHY decides to pursue full development and commercialization, then a phase 3 trial would begin in 2028, setting the stage for NDA filing and potential approval in 2029 to 2030. In conclusion, SHY Therapeutics presents an intriguing investment opportunity. The company combines first-in-class therapeutic innovation with market-relevant delivery formats and a highly focused oncology pipeline. With preclinical strength, platform flexibility, and a realistic commercialization timeline, SHY is well-positioned for significant value inflection over the next 24 to 36 months. If key development and partnership milestones are met, successful phase 1 combined with strategic licensing could trigger acquisition interest, particularly from Amgen and Takeda. Even without a partner, SHY's compelling science and execution to date position it for success in the highly competitive biotech landscape. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more content.